Clearing the Land from Flying with White Eagle, the story of Aleph Pat Carey. Father sold the house on Lewis Avenue and began making payments on the new farm. Mother, Dad, and now 2 girls stayed in one cabin and we boys lived in the other. That spring, Father went to his new job as a fire ranger up around the Chilliwack Lake District and left us boys to clear the land for planting and to develop pasture for the cows. We got to work and were soon able to put in a garden. We were hardy in those days. Si was 11, I was 10, Bill was 5. While clearing some maple stumps, we came across a huge black hornet's nest. We decided to knock it down and burn it that night, when all the hornets would be inside. Si's Cocker Spaniel had been taught to retrieve. Without thinking, we proceeded to throw sticks at the nest to knock it down. The Cocker Spaniel ran in after one of the sticks and came yelping back, followed by a storm of hornets. The dog ran straight for Si, and the hornets followed. We took off for the house as fast as we could. We were not as fast as the Cocker Spaniel, nor the hornets that pursued. Si got stung several times. That night we carefully crept up to the nest and poured coal oil around and over it and set it on fire. Si got a job for a few days on a neighbouring farm and used the money to buy stumping powder, caps and fuse line. We bought an auger for drilling into the stumps and underneath them. After the stumps were blown to bits, we used a team of horses to pull what remained off and to one side. When Father came back in the fall, he was surprised that we had been able to clear up so much of the land and get the stumps out. We didn't have much money back then, but once in a while, Charlie Seymour, one of the local natives, would bring us a salmon in trade for vegetables. We were quite happy with our lot. In the late fall, Father would take one of us boys up the mountain to hunt for deer. In that way, we had meat with our vegetables. Whoever got to go hunting with Dad was given the opportunity to grow even closer to the man who helped bring so much love into our lives and who had so much living experience to share with each of us. Although he never said much about his experiences in Europe during the First World War, he loved to tell stories about his days in China and India. The Great War was too painful to share and remained bottled up inside my father for the remainder of his life. Mother used to cut the deer meat into pieces and can it so that we had meat throughout the winter. Sometimes, however, we would still run out of food and had to live on rolled oats until a milk check came in. No matter how difficult times could be, Mother always remained cheerful and reminded us to be thankful for what we had. That first fall on the farm, we also began cutting up maple logs and hauling the cordwood 6 miles into town, where we would sell our logs for $4 a cord. We would then bring back hay and oats for the horses so we could haul in more cords of wood. All winter we sold cordwood and cleared the land. Much of our spare time was spent pulling stumps and hauling them off to the side. Sometimes we would get work on one of the neighbouring farms, putting corn into the silos. This would give us extra money to help us through the winter months. At other times, we made money by cutting wood on other people's properties. We sure kept ourselves busy.